This is the. I'm just here with a brief message. The Book of Kings tells us of Solomon and the two prostitutes. First Kings should be 13. Should be First Kings 13 somewhere there. It speaks about two prostitutes and Solomon. So what I'm here to emphasize on is basically the how wisdom works. How does wisdom work? Normally, decision and choice. These things are normally made from wisdom or foolishness. So when the two prostitutes came, they brought an issue before Solomon, both of them. They all had a petition. They wanted the issue resolved. So are things that the whole world are normally taking based on things presented to them. But the wisdom of Solomon was something else. It was out of this world. It was out of the mind. It was out of the box. Because when they presented the issue cut in two, the other one was saying, let the child be cut in two. Then the other one declined and said, let her rather keep the child. So from that, Solomon decoded from the heavenly perspective, and he saw that by wisdom, so he wasn't working based on the proof that was presented to him, but he was downloading from the spiritual perspective. So I want you to take note that oftentimes when you take decisions based on the things presented to you. When you're coming to the prophet, you come to the prophet with a prayer point based on the things that are presented to you. Then we tell you something else. Just like when Saul was looking for donkeys, that's not what was. So in other words, if Samuel was deceived by the message that was presented to him, if God had not shown Samuel, was bound to miss the wisdom of Christ. Say people needed a king. So the wisdom of God does not work based on what's presented before us. Rather, let's say a person brings something, or let's say you want a job. You say, man of God, I placed a CV at ShopRite. That is what you are presenting to me. Inquiring, we are downloading from a heavenly perspective what is being said there and there. So you are choosing ShopRite because that's what was presented to you. But we don't work with what has been presented to you. We work with what God presents to us. So decisions and choices are normally taken from what's presented before you. So if you hear somebody say, I prefer an iPhone, it's an iPhone company that made a great advert that sold out their iPhone in a exclusive way to this individual, and the person say, which one do you prefer? It means if I take a decision, I will take a decision based on what has been presented to me. So take note, in life, don't take decisions based on what has been presented to you. Take far beyond what we are seeing. So basically, God does not have limit. There is a better phone than Samsung. There is a better phone than iPhone. But if you are limited to these two gadgets now, you are just going to take those. Of course, maybe now on this earth, like in this earth, maybe these are the best because those are the ones that have been presented. But if, let's say, I inquire, somebody saying, which phone do you prefer? Then I must log in spiritually and ask God, should I take Samsung or this one? Then the Lord will take a better version than an iPhone, than a Samsung. So never take decisions based on what has been presented. Just like Solomon. Solomon never made decisions based on what was presented before him. Even in your daily life, whatever that has been presented, is it your workplace or is it your marketing, you're looking for a job? I remember the other time, there was one lady, it's very difficult to find jobs. And then I said, go and look for a job at Woolworths. And she was testifying. She presented what she had, what was presented to her, but she never went to this particular place that God had in his mind. So always take note, your decisions from today, your decisions must be from what God presents, not what human eye or what you hear. Let all your decisions be inspired by what God presents to you. So it's just a brief message for the universe. I know that this will impact millions and millions because the Holy Spirit gave me as a powerful insight. Never take decisions based on presentation, but take decisions based on a heavenly perspective, based on God's side of you. Shalom. I'll come back with part 2.